So if your social feed looks anything like mine, you're just drowning in articles, right?
Yeah.
They're either promising AI is going to make you rich or that AI is going to ruin everything.
It's just a wall of noise.
Exactly. And you've asked us to cut through it to specifically identify the most viable, the fastest growing AI side hustles for 2026. This is all about separating the real trend from the fleeting opportunity.
And that's the mission today. We're doing a deep dive into this really comprehensive ranked list,
Yeah.
the top 10 AI-powered side hustles.
Right.
And we're not just, listing names. We're actually analyzing the critical data points here. Startup cost, complexity, the experience you need, and really importantly, the actual potential income.
Okay, so let's unpack this with what I think is the core mindset shift. We have to stop looking at AI as just a replacement for what we do.
That's the whole frame.
The sources are really clear on this. They frame AI as a massive multiplication tool. It's leverage. It lets a single person deliver a service maybe 2-3 times faster.
Or build digital assets while you're learning the field. Exactly. If you start with that idea, that AI gives you leverage, that it turns 1 hour of your effort into 3 hours of output, you suddenly see how a side hustle can actually scale without, having to quit your day job tomorrow.
So let's start with what we're calling the quick start bracket. These are the ones listed with newbie-friendly experience and easy complexity.
The low barrier stuff.
Yeah, these are the high-return hustles you could honestly get going this weekend.
And what's really fascinating about this first group is how many of them target these immediate, recurring, and almost hyper-local business needs.
Okay, let's look at rank number 9 first. AI menu updates and design for cafes and restaurants. I mean, this seems almost too simple.
It does, but the data puts it right near the top of the quick starts for a reason.
Why is that?
It's simple because the need is constant. I mean, think about it. Every cafe, every little local diner, they need their menus updated all the time.
For seasonal items, price changes.
Right, or just a better design. And you can offer a simple, really high-speed service using AI tools to rewrite item descriptions so they sound more appetizing, adjust all the pricing instantly, or just design a clean layout with something like Canva using AI prompts.
And the metrics, they really support that simplicity. Newbie-friendly, easy complexity. Startup is, well, it's virtually zero, maybe $50 for a premium tool.
That's it.
But the income potential is a rock-solid $200 to $1,000 a month per client.
Per client. That's the key. The sources really highlight that recurring income is the magic here. You're building a retainer, not just selling one-off designs.
That stability, that makes it a great launch pad. Okay, let's contrast that with something that's focused purely on speed, like rank number 4, the AI-powered writer for hire.
This one is just so powerful because it takes an existing scalable skill writing and just adds that multiplier we talked about.
Right.
You're using tools like ChatGPT, Jasper, Pseudowrite,
Yeah.
and you're just cranking out blogs, ad copy, newsletters at an incredible speed.
The message from the data on this one is impossible to ignore. It's literally deliver 3 times faster, get paid like you're 3 times better.
And that speed multiplication, that's the core value to the client. They don't really care that you used AI. They care that you hit the deadline in 12 hours instead of 3 days.
So how do you actually make money with this?
The key is specializing. Don't just be a general AI writer. You need to be the AI writer who specializes in, Facebook ad copy for dentists.
Ah, okay. That specialization justifies the higher rate.
Exactly. So we also have a couple of other immediate start options here. Rank number 10 is the classic print on demand. The AI t-shirt, coffee mug, and hat shop.
This sounds fun. Visual fast.
Totally. You use AI image generators to create these bold, really niche designs. You focus on micro trends or subcultures, and you sell them through platforms like Etsy or Redbubble.
Startup is a bit higher on this one. $20 to $100, it says, for tools and mock-ups.
Yeah, but the income ceiling hits around $3,000 a month. It's entirely driven by having a good creative eye and spotting trends before everyone else does.
But hold on, for the t-shirt shop, isn't that market completely saturated? I mean, what makes this viable now versus 5 years ago?
That's a great question. It's the speed of creation. The sources really emphasize this. AI just drastically cuts the time between you identifying a trend and having 50 new, unique designs listed online.
So you can flood a niche market faster than a traditional designer.
Way faster. The viability today isn't necessarily in having a better design. It's in having superior speed and volume.
Excellent point. Okay, let's jump to rank number 7. This one is less about selling products and more about selling knowledge, the independent AI researcher.
Right. with a newsletter model.
What's the angle here?
This one is rated highly because it's content with compounding value. The whole hustle is just curating trending AI tools, breakthroughs, news. You use ChatGPT to digest these complex topics really quickly, and then you publish a weekly digest.
And startup is minimal. $0 to $25.
Yeah. You're basically earning while you learn. And the income builds because your subscribers are paying for convenience and trust. You're selling them time you've saved them.
Got it. And finally, in this quick start bracket, we've got the two big organizational hustles. Rank 8, the AI-powered virtual assistant, and rank 5, the AI resume service.
Right. The virtual assistant role uses AI for all the ultimate boring tasks.
Sifting through inboxes.
Inboxes, scheduling, research, transcription. The AI does all the grunt work, which lets the human assistant focus purely on high-level strategy and communication. And the income is strong, up to $3,000 a month.
And the resume service at number 5, that uses AI's ability to optimize text against a specific job description, right?
Exactly. Startup is tiny. And the analysis is just so simple and reliable. Jobs never stop. Neither does this demand. It's a constant need.
Okay, so we've seen the options for quick money, for immediate leverage. But for those of you willing to commit, say, 6 to 18 months to building something more foundational, the data suggests a pivot.
A pivot away from simple service delivery towards asset building or deep specialization.
This is where we get into the roles that demand moderate or even hard complexity, but they promise much higher income caps.
These are the specialists. They're solving deeper, more systemic business problems. Or they're the builders, creating digital assets that can generate passive income over time.
Let's start with rank number 6, which is purely an asset play. Building a faceless YouTube channel, completely powered by AI.
This is a fascinating model. It completely removes the typical barrier to making videos, which is having to be on camera.
Yeah, I get that.
You're using AI avatars, AI voices, stock clips, all of it driven by AI-generated scripts. And you focus on these high-demand niches like finance summaries or history lessons.
It says here it requires basic video editing skills, but the AI handles the creative load.
Right. And the income potential is pretty great, $500 to over $5,000 a month.
That seems a little low compared to some of the others, actually. Why is the complexity rated moderate, especially if the AI is doing all the heavy lifting?
The complexity isn't technical, it's temporal. It's about time. The source is really careful to note that it takes 12 to 18 months to build a digital asset that earns consistently while you sleep.
So that timeline is dictated by the YouTube algorithm, not how fast you can make the content.
Exactly. You have to consistently feed the beast for over a year to hit those monetization and traffic thresholds. That commitment is the investment.
That totally reframes the complexity. It's sustained effort, not just technical skill.
Okay, now let's move into the truly specialized roles. Ranks 3 and 2, both listed as hard complexity.
Yes, these are the specialists focusing on back-end automation. This is where you see the highest hourly rates because you're solving complex, mission-critical problems for businesses.
Let's start with number 3, the AI chatbot consultant. So the writer we talked about sells multiplying time.
Right.
The consultant sells automated systems. The chatbot consultant builds automation for customer service, for lead capture, for personalized user experiences. Using tools like ManyChat or BotPress, you're literally replacing human labor on the front end.
Can you give us a really practical example of what that automation actually achieves?
Sure. So instead of a business needing a human to answer the same 10 questions over and over.
What are your hours?
Exactly. The consultant builds a bot that handles all those initial qualifying questions. Are you in our service area? What's your budget? And it only passes the highly qualified, really interested lead to a human salesperson.
That is incredibly valuable.
It is. Income potential is up to $5,000 a month per client. And the key insight is automation is the new assistant build once, sell many.
So you design a core system and then adapt it for different clients.
Precisely. And number 2 is closely related, the AI social media content manager. This also requires a lot of strategic insight.
It's not just scheduling posts.
Absolutely not. You're using AI to generate post ideas, design graphics, write the captions, and schedule it all. But while the tools make the mechanical work easy, the hard complexity comes from needing a deep understanding of social media strategy, of brand voice, of real creativity.
So you're basically a director of marketing, just with AI super tools.
That's a perfect way to put it. Startup is a bit higher, up to $300 for the pro tools, but the demand is just enormous.
All right, we've covered the whole spectrum, from zero-cost simplicity all the way to specialized complexity. Now it's time to reveal the #1 recommendation on this list for 2026.
And this one is interesting.
It is, because this hustle, surprisingly, it prioritizes learning and sharing over direct service or even asset creation.
Our #1 recommended AI hustle is the AI ambassador.
Tell us what that actually is, because AI ambassador sounds, well, it sounds almost too easy. Why is it #1?
The AI ambassador is essentially a trusted curator and an educator. You get paid to share AI tools, resources, insights, and news.
How do you get paid?
You earn affiliate commissions when your audience buys or signs up for the tools you recommend. And at the same time, you're building trust and growing an audience or an email list.
Okay, but if it's rated easy complexity and only requires beginner experience, why is that income range so dramatic? I'm seeing $50 on the low end, all the way up to $25,000 a month.
That's a critical question.
Doesn't relying on affiliate commissions introduce a huge amount of risk?
It does. The massive variance reflects the power of audience and trust. The risk is high if you don't build that trust.
Yeah.
But the complexity is low because the task itself, using a tool and sharing your experience with it, is easy.
So the income potential is maximized because you're not limited by your available hours like a consultant. You're leveraging an audience of hundreds or thousands.
Exactly. So the skill you need isn't technical proficiency.
It's communication. It's
Yes.
connection.
Precisely. The core philosophy is teach, share, earn. You grow while your audience does. The source suggests this model leverages existing trust networks, personal or professional, and it scales faster than almost any other service-based model. It's about recommending a product once to many people, rather than delivering a service once to one client.
That's a phenomenal synthesis. So looking across the full spectrum, we've seen AI side hustles range from simple visual things like print on demand at one end.
All the way up to complex chatbot consulting at the other.
But the key takeaway for anyone starting out is what?
The key takeaway is this. The easiest and quickest entry points often rely on either content curation like the ambassador or the newsletter, or just multiplying a skill you already have.
Like writing or your organizational abilities.
Right, using AI tools. You don't have to learn a new profession overnight. You just have to apply the leverage.
So we've covered full range for you, from zero-cost local services like those menu updates, all the way to the long-term high-leverage asset building in a faceless YouTube channel or that scalable AI ambassador model.
You really need to evaluate which of these categories fits your current skill set.
And, maybe more importantly, your current available time, especially for that 12 to 18-month commitment we talked about.
And if we remember that key insight from the Writer for Hire, that AI allows you to deliver a service 3 times faster, that raises a really important question for you to think about next.
What's that?
What is the skill you already have right now that you're currently doing manually that AI could automate or accelerate? Something that would let you charge professional rates for multiplied speed. You might not need a brand new hustle. You might just need a 3 times multiplier on the skill you already